I was in music business, and we were just this popular little band in one city, and I thought, oh yeah, I'm hot. I'm brilliant. My whole life's going to be like this. And of course it's not. The next summer you're nobody. And then I had a second career, and then that went really, really well. But
And that was doing what?
that was editing. I was editing TV and film. And but I never loved it. The music scene was very intense and very mean. A lot of assholes in music. And so in order to get a mental break from it during the day, I enrolled in this cartooning class from this guy that was a Disney alumni. And he lived in town, and he was giving these cartooning classes, like 13 weeks, and I'll reproduce the show and art curriculum that we all had to take back in the 40s. And I thought, okay, I'll do that. And it rekindled my love for cartooning. And he liked me a lot, and he got me a job interview at Disney and all this. But this was before the animation rebirth. It was right after Secret of NIMH, but before, the other stuff. And so I decided they were making I heard terrible things about what animators at Disney went through. And instead I got a job as an editor because my dad was in the business. So I managed to do, I guess editing is sort of creative, but it wasn't what I loved.
Different kind.
Yeah. So about 10 years later, I'm sick of editing. What do? I've done everything I know how to do. Oh wait, I can draw. And so I go into a comic book store and I see the self-publishing movement and I think I can do that. And that's how I got started.
So you mentioned you took a cartooning class. Do you have any other schooling or education in the arts?
No, I don't. The year that I was prepping, I decided to try a comic book in 1992. And so I spent a year learning the industry, reading about it, learning how everybody was doing it. And I also enrolled in a life drawing class, several of them. And that went really well. And when I was able to compare myself to other people in the class, I knew that I was ready. I could just tell that I no longer belonged with that group. I needed to just fly. I needed to just get out of the nest. You can spend forever in the nest thinking, I need to learn more, But there comes a point where you need to just go out and start doing it, and then you learn more as you go. And I did. I thought, I'll just grow up in public, and I started the first book and got better with each book, and it shows. I mean, the first stuff is really crude, but I didn't care anymore. I wasn't shy about that anymore. I just wanted to keep making books. I'm doing the same thing that Marvel, DC, Image. I do the same thing they do, except I just have one book. But it's the same procedure for every comic. The basic routine is you solicit a comic book 5 months in advance. Then you get the comic book made, and you go send it, and then you get the orders from the distributor. You print to order, and then the Diamond picks it up, trucks it out to all the stores, and the stores sell it. Hopefully you made a profit. And it's that simple. It gets complicated from there, but that's the basics.
Yeah.
When I started, this was a billion-dollar business, and there were 25 distributors. And the top books were selling 1.5 to 2 million copies a month. And now there's one distributor. The top book sells, 15 copies. And so it's a tough business. I don't feel like there are very many self-publishers. There's certainly no indie movement per se. There's no cohesion or anything.
Yeah.
So it's a little difficult. And then you add in the digital complication, and it's confusing to know what to do these days. Well, the audience will do some growth on their own. You have to be aggressive, otherwise nothing will happen, especially when it's just you. I've never bought a page ad in anything, but if you get an interview, that's a full page right there for free. And you'll get more coverage and people will read it instead of just glancing past an ad. So the trick for people like me was to get interviews and to have other people mention me, drop my name in their interviews. So you want to send out your book to other pros, and it's the same thing you learn in business class at college. Work a waterfall pyramid. You want to talk. I talk to you, And what I'm basically doing is talking to I don't know how many people watch the video.
Yeah, at least 3.
Right, at least 3 people are going to watch it. But I only have to talk to you once. I didn't have to talk to them individually. It's the YouTube effect, you know.
Yeah.
So you just have to work that. You know, it's gonzo advertising.
Yeah. What kind of schedule were you able to put books out?
When I started, it was every other month, bi-monthly.
That was like with the day job?
Yeah, with the day job. And when I quit the day job, then I went to every 6 weeks. And I've been every 6 weeks for 19 years.